Today on Politics Talk Talk, reporter Lee Byung-Chu from the National Assembly team, welcome. Reporter Lee, a notable figure captured attention today, Bill Gates, the famous figure visiting South Korea.
That's right. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, the chair of the Gates Foundation, visited Korea for the first time in 3 years. Gates, who works in health fields such as vaccine development, is said to have come to discuss collaboration with Korean pharmaceutical companies and others. He met virtually all key political figures, including President Lee Jae-myung.
And at that meeting, I hear Chairman Bill Gates also offered kind words to the president?
In their public remarks, both men first expressed respect for one another.
By developing Windows, which I also use every day, you let people all over the world see the world through a window.
So impressed with your background, and I feel very lucky to get a chance to talk to you so early in your administration.
In the closed-door meeting, Chairman Bill Gates mentioned President Lee's upcoming visit to the United States. According to the presidential office, he encouraged him to have a good conversation with President Trump, and President Lee replied that, although difficult, he would handle the talks wisely.
Hope that wish comes true. Next keyword. The next keyword appears to be about the recently controversial head of Independence Hall.
Kim Young-suk, director of Independence Hall, attended the National Assembly's Political Affairs meeting today. On Liberation Day, in a congratulatory address said to have been written by himself, Director Kim sparked controversy by calling liberation a gift from the Allied powers. Lawmakers slammed him. Rep. Kim Yong-man, Kim Goo's great-grandson, led the charge.
You claim our ancestors were seen as Japanese during colonization, correct? There are many countries that did not win their independence simply through the Allies' victory, that did not obtain it so effortlessly.
Given all this, the controversy seems likely to continue for a while.
Perhaps that's exactly why lawmakers from the ruling party have once again called for Director Kim's resignation. Demands range from auditing the vetting process at the time of Kim's appointment to calls for his immediate dismissal.
Since the president who appointed him also has the power to dismiss, I'd like to know whether you plan to recommend dismissal.
Director Kim pushed back, saying it was regrettable that critics were attacking unilaterally without considering the full context of the Liberation Day address.
This would add weight to the ruling camp's push to replace public institution heads. Let's move to the next keyword. This time it seems related to Deputy PM Koo Yoon-cheol's verbal slip.
This happened 2 days ago at a National Assembly meeting. When a ruling party lawmaker asked about the price-to-book ratio, PBR, while questioning the domestic stock market, Deputy PM Koo answered with help from those around him.
It's commonly referred to as PBR, an essential metric for assessing value. Do you know what our country's current price-to-book ratio is?
Wouldn't it be about 10?
This indicator typically rises as stocks become more overvalued. Korea is currently around 1.0. Representative Lee So-young's point was that our stock market is undervalued. But Deputy Prime Minister Koo seems to have given an irrelevant answer.
You could call it a slip, but it poured fuel on retail investors' recent frustrations over stock market policy.
Online posts piled up saying he's unfit to be the economic chief and questioning whether the KOSPI 5000 era pledge is even feasible. At a follow-up meeting 2 days later, Lim Ija of the opposing party in this context also gave him a chance to explain. Deputy PM Koo said he'd avoided speaking so as not to sound like he was making excuses and acknowledged it was his oversight.
While reviewing various materials and preparing to answer the question, I momentarily confused PBR with PR when I answered.
It was a mix-up between the letters B and E, but its impact was no small matter. This has been Lee Byung-Chu reporting.